In previous videos, we discussed the entertainment world's penchant for taking animated properties and adapting them into live-action films and series. To varying degrees of success, we've seen this happen with everything from Marvel superheroes to Alvin and the Chipmunks. As vexing as this can be to cartoon purists, it makes sense. Fans always want more of their favorite cartoons and shows, and studios like a sure thing, with a lot of sequels attached. And we're still surprised that Alvin and the Chipmunks is considered a sure thing. Recently, we did a video where we imagined what it'd be like if Steven Universe was transformed from a cartoon into a live-action series or film, and you guys' response was great. You had a lot of strong opinions and arguments for which actors you preferred, and we had a great time making those casting choices. With that in mind, we decided to look at the world of fantastical fandoms to see if there were any other shows that deserved the casting couch treatment. Naturally, it wasn't long before we arrived in the sleepy little town of Gravity Falls. My name is Tim, and today on Channel Frederator, we're looking at our top casting choices for a live-action Gravity Falls. Let's get started. Forrest Wheeler as Dipper Pines. Ambitious, headstrong, and optimistic, Dipper Pines is the driving force of the show's investigations into the paranormal. As such, we need an actor whose endless charm and energy suggests they might be willing to dive headfirst into the mysterious unknown. We think Forrest Wheeler, who can be seen as the oddly mature Emery on Fresh Off the Boat, brings the enthusiasm needed to encapsulate what Dipper is all about. As noted, Forrest has mastered the ability of portraying a maturity beyond his years, which is essential for conveying Dipper's seriousness about solving the mystery of Gravity Falls. Beyond that though, Dipper does bring a sense of fun, and Wheeler, whose proven comedic talents on the popular sitcom, also has the chops to make the most of Dipper's lighter moments as well. Furthermore, we just saw a photo of Wheeler in a super cute lamb costume, which makes us want to see him try the Lammy Lammy dance. Look at that, it's a perfect match! Isabella Cramp as Mabel Pines. While we realize it's hard to separate Kristen Schall's frenetic energy from the identity of Mabel Pines, the 30 Rock actress is sadly too old to portray her in the flesh. As such, we need to look to someone who's able to capture Mabel's fiery enthusiasm and sense of wonder. In the recent Oscar-nominated film Joy, young actress Isabella Cramp portrayed the younger version of Jennifer Lawrence's titular character. Lawrence, who is known for a bold energy and enthusiasm in her parts, is not an easy actor to emulate, but Isabella did it with flying colors. Because of her ability to capture Lawrence's force of nature gusto, we think Cramp could find the magic that makes Mabel, well, Mabel. Furthermore, the young actress has quite the background, having appeared as a series regular on shows like The Neighbors and Colony, so we don't doubt she could don one of Mabel's many trademark sweaters and do her justice. Sure, she'd need to dye her hair for the role, but when you consider what some of the other actors have to do for these kinds of spooky stories, that's small potatoes. Harry Dean Stanton as Grunkle Stan. Stan Pines, aka Grunkle Stan, is Dipper and Mabel's great uncle and guardian while they visit Gravity Falls for the summer. Despite his temporary parental status, viewers of the show know that Stan is not the kind of person you trust with a whole lot of anything, much less your kids. Although good at heart, Stan's got a shifty nature, and as the proprietor of the Mystery Shack, loves to utilize the local lore and paranoia to exploit tourists. However, despite his surface skepticism, we learn that Stan himself is connected to the supernatural, and knows far more about the town's real goings-on than he likes to admit. Because of his snake oil charm and paranormal leadings, we could see the part of Grunkle Stan being played by famed character actor and David Lynch alumni Harry Dean Stanton. With a long history of playing eccentric oddballs and mysterious strangers, Stanton feels tailor-made to step into Stan's shoes. Furthermore, Stanton's roles in films like Alien, The Green Mile, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas show us he's no stranger to elements of oddity. With these elements combined, we feel this amounts to a whole lot of what Grunkle Stan is all about. Also, since we've already seen the comparisons between Gravity Falls and Twin Peaks, Stanton not only appeared in the 1992 Twin Peaks movie Fire Walk With Me, he is also slated to return to the universe when the show reboots on Showtime in 2017. So Stanton is an old pro when it comes to mysterious wooded towns with terrible, otherworldly secrets. Also, don't forget that Grunkle Stan has a twin brother, Stanford Pines. We could be having the double Dean Stanton for our dollar, unless J.K. Simmons as Stanford Pines. Grunkle Stan's mysterious six-fingered twin brother Stanford, otherwise known as the author, is voiced on the series by Academy Award-winning actor J.K. Simmons. So why mess with something if it's not broken? Having disappeared into another dimension after having a fight with Grunkle Stan, Ford later reappears to help the mysteries of the town. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if the award-winning actor who provided the voice for Ford on the cartoon also played him in the series? So what if he's not in actuality the identical twin of the actor playing Grunkle Stan? It just makes it that much weirder, and weird is what Gravity Falls is about. Stephanie Scott as Wendy Corduroy. The one-time object of Dipper's affections and flaky employee of the Mystery Shack, Wendy Corduroy is a laid-back, rebellious teen who would rather have fun than responsibilities. In this part, we picture actress Stephanie Scott. While Scott's years as popular girl Lexi on Disney Channel's Ant Farm suggest she knows how to play a girl who boys pine over, it's her more recent roles on the silver screen that make us believe she has the chops to take Wendy on. More subdued than Lexi's type A attitude, Wendy is a girl who appreciates the more chill aspects of life, but also has a taste for adventure. Scott, who herself has butted heads with the paranormal in Insidious 3, has shown an ability to play against the Lexi type, as well as a desire to kick ghost butt. In addition, she already has experience bringing a cartoon character to life, having played the live-action version of Kimber in the Gem and the Holograms movie. We think Scott's ready to take to the woods and join Dipper and Mabel on their adventures. Though if we're taking the time to shout out people who've brought live-action versions of cartoons to life, we'd be remiss if we didn't take a moment to give a tip of the hat to Linda Cardellini, who voices Wendy on the cartoon. Film fans may recall that Cardellini portrayed the live-action version of Velma from Scooby-Doo in several feature films. Though Cardellini has aged out of portraying any of the characters on Gravity Falls, we like to give credit where credit is due for those who paved the way. Andy Serkis as Bill Cipher. To clarify, this isn't a role that would need to be live action, even in a live action movie, which means getting Alex Hirsch to voice the role wouldn't be a problem. We don't disagree that this is the optimal choice, but where's the fun in optimal? We started down this path, and we're going to keep going. Maybe Alex is too busy having success making other wonderful cartoons for us. The main antagonist of Gravity Falls, Bill Cipher, is a triangular dream demon that bears more than a passing resemblance to the Illuminati symbol. Although we've seen Bill take physical form, his true, very not human shape makes it hard to cast him with a living, breathing actor. That is, until you recall the magical work of performer Andy Serkis. Perhaps one of Hollywood's most established and iconic effects actors, Serkis has provided life to otherworldly physicalities, like Gollum in Lord of the Rings and King Kong. Serkis is all too familiar with playing characters who are more, or maybe less, than human? So why not pose him the ultimate challenge and see if he can bring life to a malevolent triangle? Serkis recently portrayed the mysterious Supreme Leader Snoke in The Force Awakens, which proves he's more than just a body. He can also deliver some chilling evil, which is exactly what Bill needs to go from 2D and into the wicked third dimension. Jacob Trembley as Lil Gideon. Gideon Gleeful, known to most as Lil Gideon, is a conniving psychic and prominent antagonist to Dipper and Mabel. Impetuous and demanding, Gideon doesn't take kindly to not getting what he wants, and is prone to grandstanding. It takes a lot of presence to pull off a character like Lil Gideon, and that's why we thought of recent award season darling Jacob Trembley for the role. Wowing audiences this year with his star-making turn in the shocking drama Room, Trembley has been praised by critics and viewers alike for his ability to convey emotions beyond his years. Although Gravity Falls is tonally a world away from the tragic drama of Room, we can't help but wonder what it would be like if Trembley was allowed to flex his comedic muscles as well as his dramatic ones. Gideon requires a certain amount of dramatic skill to sell his attitude, but it would take someone with a sense of humor to nail his egregious tantrums. We'd love to see an actor of Jacob Trembley's caliber sink his teeth into this part. Plus, we're sort of curious to see what he'd look like in a little powdered wig. David Koechner as Bud Gleeful. Lil Gideon's father, Bud Gleeful, appears friendly on the surface, but is one of Gravity Falls' most nefarious conmen. A former member of the Blind Eye Society, Bud aids and abets most of Lil Gideon's wicked schemes, as well as runs a fraudulent car dealership. As such, few could play this role better than comedian David Koechner. Known for his work in movies such as Anchorman and as Todd Packer on The Office, Koechner is able to effect the right mix of charm and skis needed to play someone like Bud. Furthermore, Koechner's comedic abilities suggest he'd be the perfect comedic foil in scenes when sparring with Stan or supporting Gideon's plans. Always easygoing in presentation, but dastardly in every other way, Bud is the kind of character that needs someone who can twist the knife, even with a smile on their face. David Koechner is that person. Joel Courtney is Robbie Valentino. Wendy's ex-boyfriend and low-key rival of Dipper's, Robbie Valentino is a teen rocker and carefree punk kid who ends up becoming a core member of the Zodiac Ring. For this part, we'd like to see Joel Courtney of Super 8 fame get a little goth. In addition to coming face to face with extraterrestrials in Super 8 and tangling with spooky things in R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, Courtney brings the chops of being cool to the Gravity Falls universe. We can see why Dipper would be jealous of him. Plus, if you're gonna woo the girls as a lead guitarist in a band, you need someone who can believably do so. Thanks for watching our hypothetical casting of a live-action Gravity Falls. If you have a casting choice that you think would be great, let us know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you might also enjoy our life lessons from Gravity Falls, or our 107 facts about Gravity Falls. You can click on those in the annotations now. Also, be sure to subscribe for more videos about your favorite cartoons, and remember, Frederator loves you.